Hello, everyone. Welcome to the news live stream. I apologize for being late. Um, I lost track of time, but yeah, I want to, I want to come on here and tell y'all to and I hope y'all are safe out there. Um, but yeah, today I got some. We're going to be talking about. Again, we're going to be talking about news stories. There's three of them. I want to go ahead and talk about, and then we're going to go into the next segment, which is the uplifting women, um, which is going to be uplifting women. That would be after the the news stories that I'll be covering today, and then we're going to be going into some wrestling, probably some wrestling talk. But yeah, uh, like I was saying, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the news. And I know everyone already talking about the ice situation that's going on in Minnesota. Um, but I found out something that is going on. And what's going on is that there are white women there are white women who are ending their marriages because of, well, it's because of the ICE situation. And then after I get done covering that, we got there was another ICE unaliving that happened in Minneapolis. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cover the first part of the news segment right now. Let me see if I can find that video because I know I have it in here. And give me a second to find the video, y'all. Okay, I found so I'm gonna play two videos that explains the hang on, let me make sure I have everything. Okay. So after I've shown y'all this, we're going to go ahead into the next video. All right, here we go.
This morning, we're looking at the
I apologize, everyone. Oh, okay.
This morning, we're looking at the growing trend of women divorcing later in life. Across the U.S., divorce rates are actually down, except among people older than 50. Divorce rates in that group have doubled and in some cases tripled since the 1990s. Many divorces are being initiated by women. Lisa Lake has more.
When Ansley Hudson married her husband more than 3 decades ago, she thought it would last forever. You were 24 years old when you got married. What did you think your role would become?
I believe I imagined a mostly traditional role. What I don't think I expected was to not have a voice.
After 32 years of marriage, Hudson decided to initiate a divorce from her husband. She was in her 50s.
Ultimately, I ran out of options and the toll became too high. We're trying to figure out how to write that response.
After her divorce, Hudson became a certified divorce coach. What does that entail?
Getting clear on priorities is one of the most important things. I help people a lot with their communications. And that is, how do I talk to my ex-spouse in a way that I don't lose my power?
While in recent years, divorce rates have declined among younger generations, it has surged among adults over 50. It's part of a trend being called gray divorce. Does it surprise you that the numbers of women initiating divorce over 50 has been growing?
It doesn't surprise me because I do think that women have a growing sense of wanting to realize their authentic potential, and that if that has felt limited by their relationship, that they are willing to do it. You want to get it? Okay, ready. Good job.
This gray divorce trend often happens when kids are grown up and have left home, but that doesn't make it easier.
Unfortunately, women who divorce at an older age are more likely to be disadvantaged financially.
But for Hudson, it was because of her 3 daughters. She felt she had to leave.
I would have felt like such a failure to them if I hadn't shown them that you can make different choices as an adult.
She has shown me that it is never too late to change your situation if you're not happy with it.
2 of Hudson's daughters shared with us they've been inspired by their mom.
Your mom says that in her marriage, she had lost her voice and now she has found it.
What do you think of this new voice?
I love the new voice. I really do. I think you're going to find it incredibly moving, what we're going to do tonight. And
To help others find their voice, Hudson now runs a divorce support group, free of charge. The Her Next Chapter support group meets twice a month, and one night they might have a financial advisor, one night a lawyer, but tonight they're breaking bowls.
It is a breaking apart.
Maria Kern is the family therapist
Once you've broken it, you can take the pieces back out.
leading this week's exercise.
why do you put the bowl back together?
So one of my metaphors that I use is that you're still a family and all the pieces of the family are still there. They're just going to look different. It has to be restructured. So I broke mine, ironically, into 3, and I have 3 kids. So I felt like that was a sign.
Having a support group helps other women know that despite the challenges, they too can get through divorce. For women who are starting this process of divorce, what kind of hope can you offer them for how they can come out of this?
I always reassure women that it is a season, it is not your life. And that many people ahead of you have done that and will be there to greet you and say, this is what the next part of life looks like. And it can be really awesome.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Lisa Ling in Lake Norman, North Carolina.
I think it's so good to focus on the awesome.
What do the hearty meatball?
Yeah. So that was a video of a trend of older women um growing in, well, divorcing their husbands at age 50. And I also have another one that will talk about that will talk about more of this, and afterwards we can go ahead and I will go ahead and I will show you a video of a woman talking about the women divorcing their husbands because of the ICE stuff. But yeah, um, uh, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show y'all another one. And this one right here is a video saying why more women are initiating divorce. And the thing of it is, I already know why, and it's not because of what the manosphere is saying. It's not because of that. It's, how do I put this? When you're in a relationship, when you have to feel small, or you have a man that is that takes his anger out on you, that is a reason why they will divorce, their husbands. But the manosphere is not going to tell you that. Hannah Pearl Davis is surely not going to mention that. So at the end of the day, in this news clip right here is going to tell, well, from and they have a marriage therapist on here. So yeah, she's going to explain it, and so will the people that are in the video. So yeah, here we go.
Is unofficially considered divorce month. Family law attorneys, yeah, you didn't know that, right?
Know that.
The family law attorneys say they are always busier this time of year as many couples try to make a fresh start. Una Metz is a therapist who specializes in treating women as they navigate the emotional effects of divorce. Her new book is called Unhitched, the Essential Divorce Guide for Women. You can buy it right now by scanning the QR code on your screen. She writes, for many women, divorce results in growth and transformation they never imagined possible. Metz joins us now. Good morning. Good to see you.
So nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
So there are a lot of things that I learned in this book, including the fact that 69% of divorces are initiated by women. And then divorce rates among people aged 65 and older, so the baby boomers, have tripled since the 1990s.
That's right.
Why? What's going on in both of those cases?
So in terms of the divorce rate being 69% of women are initiating it, there's a lot of reasons for that. One is that divorce works better for men. So men are not initiating divorce nearly as much. But what I find in my practice, I work with women all the time who are getting divorced. And what I find is that oftentimes they're the ones who have to initiate, but their husband has already left the marriage in some way.
Already checked
right?
out.
He has checked out through infidelity, through financial abuse, through emotional abuse. But guess what? He's still sitting on the couch.
Right.
He's not going to initiate the divorce, but the marriage is already over. So the woman bears the brunt of having to end it.
You asked about baby.
Yeah, baby boomers. So it's tripled since the 1990s. In fact, boomers now are divorcing more than any other generation.
That surprises me because you think we've been together so long. Why would you?
Our generation
now,
always
right.
said you stay to the bitter end.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
That was the original American dream
So death
generation,
do
right?
part.
The marriage and the white picket fence.
That's right. That's right. But I think now that women have a lot more economic independence, I think they are saying, you know, I don't have to stay for the economics, right? I can leave.
We're also living longer.
Exactly.
We're also
We are living longer. And when you're married for 30 years and you think, well, maybe I've got another 10 or 15 to go, maybe you can bear with it. But if you're married for 30 years and you think, oh my God, I've got another 30 to go, I don't think I can
be
take
some
it.
changes around here. I agree with that in terms of your book, Una, had so much good information.
Oh, thank
And I think, and you touch on all levels, telling the kids when to tell the kids, how to tell the kids. But you said, most of us, we dream of getting married. We don't dream of getting divorced ever. Women grieve, men replace. So true. Income suffers for women, but in most cases, they're better psychologically and happier.
That's right.
But this is what struck me. Even if you want the divorce, you said there's no such thing as a painless divorce.
Exactly. So
What do you mean?
sometimes people think if you're the one who initiated the divorce, that you're happy to get divorced.
Yeah.
And that's not true. There is always heartbreak when you initiate a divorce. There's always a feeling of guilt or regret when you initiate a divorce.
Why are women happier?
Afterwards?
In many cases.
In many cases, the research shows that 75% of women do not regret the decision to get divorced. I think divorce is always heartbreaking in the beginning. It's messy in the middle, but at the end, it offers these incredible opportunities for growth, healing, and transformation.
For men too.
For men too. Yep. Well, and men oftentimes will go right into another relationship.
Yes.
I don't know.
They always do there.
Men be tripping sometimes.
But it offers women a chance for a new identity. And that can be really healing.
But let's talk about that healing, because you also write about resetting, rediscovering, finding yourself again.
Yes.
What happens on the other side of
That's
pain,
right.
and then that separation and divorce. What advice do you have for those women and men that might be sitting there in the darkness and they can't see the light yet?
Right. So I would say I have seen hundreds and hundreds of women through the divorce process, and most of them come out the other side and really feel so much better. And it's so hard to know that when you're in the beginning.
It's scary.
The beginning is scary and it's painful, and yet there is a transformation that happens. It is an evolution, and people will feel better at the end.
And there's also that judgment that people feel, right?
That's right.
From outside of the home.
Yes. She said there's a similarity between grieving a death or grieving a divorce. That sometimes the feelings are the same, but I think it's so important what you say about children. How and when to tell the children.
Yes.
What is the best way to do that? And sometimes when, there's a separation, you say to the kids, I'm going to miss you this weekend. Don't say that. Say, I look forward to I look forward to your return. How and when to tell the children? What's your bottom line on that?
It's so important to be very thoughtful about the way that you tell the children, and I address that in the book. It's important that the two parents come together and really have a script that they're going to say to their kids. And really the most important thing is to let the kids know that it's not their fault, right? and that you can come to them at any time. You can come to me at any time with all your feelings.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Una Metz. We appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thank you.
Unhitched, the Essential Divorce Guide for Women is on sale now. Scan the QR code on your screen to buy it and get Una's practical and compassionate advice.
Lots of good information there. That'll do it for us.
Most of my classmates were also
Yeah, that was another video from CBS. But yeah, I agree with everything that was said in that video. Now, the only people that will have a problem with it will be the men who, it will be the so-called masculine men, that want to blame women for everything. And now we go into one of the videos that I saw that I've seen. And what I've seen is it says women leaving their husbands because of what ICE is doing now. And the masculine men that are in the manosphere said that the man is the protector and everything, but the husbands, they don't hear the concerns of their wives. And I'm going to show y'all a video about that, and then we going to get into a situation that everyone is, straight up talking about. And then we're going to get into a certain situation with a certain person that got called out by a comedian, and that certain person is only making it 10 times worse than it already is. But yeah. But yeah, let me find that video right now. I found the video and I'm going to play it for y'all right now. Here we go.
To Baya here on News Nation. Dan Turrentine, former Democratic advisor, co-host of The Huddle, Princeton University political science professor Lauren Wright. Baya, start with you. If this is what Ali said is a target, meaning somebody who ICE was going after and then resisted, that changes things, correct? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think something to keep in mind, even over the tragedy of Renee Good, is the fact that we're not seeing these protests grow. We're seeing them get more extreme. The people who have already chosen to make this a large part of their recreational life, opposing ICE trying to remove violent criminals from our streets, they are getting more intense in their opposition, but we're not seeing thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people taking to the streets. I think that when details come out,
the shooting, and it is the Minneapolis police who are supposed to provide security around the scene. So far, we haven't seen any clashes between.
And
I think that's how frustrated people.
my bad. Of course, I have to show y'all the video of. Well, I have to show y'all this video. Because that certain person believes that the protests are getting extreme when they're not getting extreme. And yes, the protests are growing. It's growing in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, and is starting over in Baltimore, Maryland. I think I will be, I think somewhere in the future, I'll probably be going live with one of the people that covers the protests very closely when it comes to that. But yeah, and then there are, and it's growing up there in the Maine as well. But yeah, there are there are stories right now because it seems like when ICE did what they did, it seems like you have, the white women that are deciding to divorce their husbands over the ICE tragedy that happened. But yeah. In fact, I'm seeing if I can find it. Because it should be here. It should be here. Because I see a video of is saying Black American reaction to white women divorcing husbands over ICE protests. I'm seeing that. And of course, we have Anton Daniels, making fun of them. But we going to get into Anton's situation with Corey Holcomb. We going to get into that after this. Because let's be for real. Anton has made fun of people's of people's children. He's made fun of women, and now since all of a sudden it's happening to him, all of a sudden it's like he wants to play victim. And in my opinion, from what I've heard, and this is, and I've heard this. Anton Daniels said, well, he said, something I can't say on YouTube, and well, not on my channel, but yeah, he said something to Corey Holcomb, and got Corey Holcomb, acting out of, out of his character, and then all of a sudden there was a screaming match going on, and and Anton left, and yeah, but I'm gonna show y'all that later. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and if y'all want me to react to Black Americans, leave a one in the chat if y'all want me to react to Black Americans' reactions to white women divorcing husbands over ICE protests. Leave a one in the comment. I mean, in the in the chat if y'all want me to go ahead and do that. Because if I see at least 3 or 4 ones in the chat, I'll go ahead and possibly react to it, because I'm still trying to find but yeah, if I can't find it, then I guess we'll watch. Okay, that's okay. That's one. Anyone else wants to comment, or because if not, I guess we're going to be reacting to Black Americans, reacting to, the divorces that are happening because of, like I said, because of ICE. Okay, I think reacting to Black people, reacting to Black people reacting to white women getting divorces from their husbands because of ICE is now what we're going to be watching. So here we go. Let's see. Here, and
Your boyfriend is not taking this moment of history seriously. You are with someone who is not safe for you.
I've seen the responses of white women who are acting surprised about the behavior and the reaction of white men to the death of Renee Good. Talking about something, I'm leaving my husband. I can't believe they don't care about this.
My friends are losing complete faith in their partners at this point.
Question. For all of the white women who are just really blown away by how their husbands are reacting to the murder of Renee Good, how did your husbands react when Black people were killed by the police?
I need you all to really sit with us for a second because the reaction.
And that is a good question. That is legitimately a good question.
And I'm seeing online right now, it's saying a lot. And it's not just about ICE, it's about who people really care about. So there are videos of white women saying they are divorcing their husbands because their husbands are not protesting against ICE. They feel unsafe, they feel betrayed, they feel like this is a deal breaker. Anyway, guys, my name is Glory and welcome back to the channel. This channel is not here to promote violence, but for educational purposes. And that alone has sparked a huge reaction online. Let's watch more of the clip and I'll be right back with my reactions.
I've seen the responses of white women who are acting surprised about the behavior and the reaction of white men to the death of Renee Good. Talking about something, I'm leaving my husband. I can't believe they don't care about this. Ma'am, you knew this. You knew this. Stop. Nobody's telling you to lie. Ma'am, your husband's probably ICE. If not ICE, they definitely support him. And now they feel like they're in danger. Ma'am, you've been in danger. You've been in danger. Your husband probably been the same person laughing when Black folks lost their lives or when natives was getting chased down by ICE. You just didn't care because you weren't the center of this. Now that you're the center, you feel like the prey instead of the predator towards other minority groups. But white women separating themselves from their male counterparts the moment that shit gets real is not a new concept. For example, the feminist movement, the moment that white women needed a leg up in America, they recruited Black women with promises of working together so they can get equal and fair benefits, right? The moment that white women were able to stand up, they stood right on top of Black women. Ever since Black people gained civil rights in the 1960s, white women have actively voted side by side with their male counterparts against Black and brown people. Prior to that, always remember, the most horrific Black Wall Street, the most horrific things that happened on American soil, especially the Black and brown people, were instigated, fabricated, and manufactured by white women. And instead of having an actual come to Jesus moment, they will gaslight you and tell you that they knew nothing about this. People, learn your history.
I actually don't have a single friend who is like thrilled with how their husband is reacting to all this. Most of them are describing their husbands as ostriching, sticking their heads in the sand and pretending like nothing is happening. Meanwhile, my friends, their wives, are trying to figure out how are we going to continue normal life for our children through this? How are we going to prepare and protect ourselves? And their husbands are like, stop being so emotional. You're overreacting. I mean, do we see what's happening? Hello. It's time to wake up. Protect your family. Like, my friends are losing complete faith in their partners at this point.
So ironic to see a white women on the internet talking about how the white men are not sticking up for their families and they're not protecting their families because they saw how that queer lady was unalived by that ICE officer. Yeah. My whole thing is like, you all literally would have picnics called Picnic and Picnic. After you all church services, you all would go and hang Black people. And this was happening in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and even in the 60s. And there was a few Black men that was hung, unfortunately, in 2025. So we're not going to sit up here and act like white women don't have a hand in all of the atrocities that have been caused and perpetuated by white men. Y'all, after they come with the white hoods, they come home, y'all make them dinner, y'all freak them down, y'all fear their children, y'all raise them, they come from your womb. So why are you so surprised Now it only matters because you feel like you're being directly affected. This has been happening, but y'all never gave a damn because you felt like it had nothing to do with you. The irony of it all. So I gotta keep saying, like, these clear women, they get to try to hide under the guise of the patriarchy. They get to hide under the guise of the patriarchy and make it seem like, oh, but we're women. Oh, but it's just the white teen man. Oh, but it's not us. And it's like, no, y'all are still, not all, but some of y'all are still very much so racist.
I actually don't have a single.
And yeah, again, you know, it's only when it happens to them that they are now initiating the divorce. And I want to say right now, yeah, pretty soon, there's going to be you know, and this is and they're surprised that you know their husbands are complacent with what's going on and the ICE situation. They're now surprised about you know what's going on, and you know they're surprised that their husbands are complacent with what's going on too. And and the thing of it is it took ICE. It took ICE to wake them up. That's the thing. It took ICE to do this. For them to wake up. My God. It is
Friend who is like thrilled with how their husband is reacting to all this. Most of them are describing their husbands as ostriching, sticking their heads in the sand and pretending like nothing is happening. Meanwhile,
So you mean to tell me you're surprised that white men, the main reason that we're here, you as well, for why Donald Trump is in office, are complacent and okay with what's going on currently? Somebody go alert somebody in Philadelphia to get that Liberty Bell ringing, because this is riveting news. I am shocked and surprised to see that white men are complacent and okay with what's going on. It's almost like when white women choose their partners, they don't care about their husband's moral standing as long as the bill's paid and they're able to provide kids and everything that they want and need. And we have told you this for years. You have some white women be like, oh yeah, I cancel out my husband's vote every election when he votes Republican and I vote Democrat. It's like, if you guys chose better partners and actually had standards and didn't settle, maybe you would find some men that have some moral compassion and have empathy at the end of the day. But no, all you cared about was a man that could provide for you and have some kids. I hope it was worth it.
Even if Renee Good was disobeying orders, even if she broke the law, that does not justify her. That does not give ICE and police the right to extrajudiciously people in the street. Muhammad al-Kurd uses this phrase a lot to reject this perfect victim narrative that empires use against people to deny us justice. Even if she was guilty, that does not justify her. Just the same as even if you are undocumented, even if you broke immigration laws, that does not justify the 35 people who ICE custody in 2025. I'm seeing so many people defend Renee Good by saying she didn't break the law. She was obeying orders. It doesn't matter. Even if she wasn't obeying orders, that does not justify her. Renee Good was classified as a domestic by the Department of Homeland Security. No one is safe. Not even if you are a US citizen, not even if you are a white woman, not even if you have money. Nothing will protect us when we have enabled a system that can people in the streets and nothing happened. Abolish ICE.
So since I made that video talking about all of the divorces happening in Minnesota, I recognize that it's not just Minnesota, it is nationwide. This country is about to get rocked by a wave of divorces unlike anything we have ever seen. I have women in the comment section of that video saying as much. Hey, it's not just Minnesota. I'm getting ready to leave mine. And in my own personal life, since I made that video, about 48 hours, I've had 2 of my long-term homegirls, because yes, boys, it really does enrich your life to have truly platonic relationships with women, reach out to me and tell me they're getting ready to leave their husbands, who I've known for the last 20 years as well. One asking if I can keep the animals for a while she gets shit figured out. The other asking if she could stay here for a few days while she gets shit figured out. Mostly because their husbands know me and know not to fucking try it, that I am completely comfortable copping fucking charges. But this has shattered kind of the final illusion of the patriarchy, which is why I say what works to our advantage is these motherfuckers never understanding cause and effect. They think they have it all figured out, but they can never foresee any of the consequences. And the patriarchy they're so desperate to uphold has always been an illusion, right? But millions upon millions of women in this country, liberal, conservative, and everything in between, really did buy into what they were fed their entire life, that if they participate in this, right, if they are good wives, which the 2 I know are very good wives and very good mothers, and that's the real reason they're leaving is because the men refuse to protect the children, right? If they were good partners, kept a good home, everything else, that there were certain benefits that came along with that, like hopefully a man who can provide, but more importantly, a man who can provide safety. And over the last few years, they've recognized that, okay, well, most of that was bullshit. Right? Like none of that is true, but hopefully this providing protection bit, right, is accurate. Nope. And this proved that to them, that men, they'll sit on their couches, right, and say, don't worry, babe, if that ever happened to you, I'd protect you. They're good at talking that game, but they were completely full of shit and cowards the entire time. They're either just going to deny that it's happening or justify it and side with the people causing harm to their communities. But more importantly, it's the fact that these men won't protect their children. That's what women are really responding to, is 6-month-olds being gassed and needing to receive CPR because they were coming home from a basketball game. Okay, women are very, very good at perceiving threats. Like I was mostly raised by women, and I always understood, even as a kid, men are gonna freak the fuck out most of the time. I need to pay attention to what women are doing, and if they get freaked out, that's when I need to get freaked out. And all of these women are accurately assessing the situation, that this has now become dangerous, not just for me, but my children. And this man has absolutely no ability or want to protect us. And that goes beyond just physical protection, man. That also means protecting peace and normalcy for your family and your children, and trying to provide them with as normal an experience as you possibly can. And they're just flat out denying anything is happening.
I agree. I agree with the man that's talking, and you know, and this is the thing that you will not hear in the manospheric circles. Yet, and you know, yet they talk about, oh, the men are the providers, the protectors, this and that, and all that. But when it comes to situations like with ICE, all of a sudden, you know, they act like, oh, that's not my problem, or this and that and the third. The men that he is talking about, they're kind of acting like the woman in the other video who is denying that the protest is growing. you know, but yeah, ICE is out here unaliving people and stuff like that. But yeah, it it's sad and wrong. Well, let's get finished with this, and then I will move on to the next video, which is the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb situation. And then after that, I'm gonna show y'all a news clip of a activist that got arrested, you know, and she was let go. Thank God, you know, nothing bad happened to her. But this is how ICE rolls now. This is how ICE is doing things now under the Trump administration. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest of the video for you.
And that was it. That was the last little illusion of the patriarchy to a lot of women, was at least maybe I could receive some type of protection. Nope, you're better off on your own, ladies. You really are. You have a better shot of just you and the kids, because you know when to move, you know when to get out of there, you know how to protect your children better than this chuckle fuck ever would. If it's up to a lot of these men, your children will be the ones being gassed in cars. While they're just saying, well, I guess I shouldn't have been here. Fucking cowards. So just leave now, lady. Leave. If they're not taking this shit seriously, get the fuck out. You are better off alone.
Here is the part that people don't.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what he said. I most definitely agree. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to another topic that has been talked about. Um, the situation between the well, I'm gonna say the situation between Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Now I want y'all to understand. Corey Holcomb, you know, he's no saint, but when you look at it from a standpoint, like, and here's what I'm trying to say. Anton Daniels started, you know, how do I say this? Anton Daniels, because I do believe this, but Anton Daniels went on Corey Holcomb's podcast, knowing what he was going to do, and when he said what he said about Corey Holcomb, then you know Corey just went on ahead and just just lashed out, which to me Corey fell into Anton's trap, but I never seen anyone. I mean, I never seen anyone, you know, do to Anton Daniels what Corey Holcomb did. And the thing of it is that Anton Daniels brought his wife and kid into it. I thought a man is supposed to protect his family. Well, it looks like the men from within the video of the ice thing, the you know, uh, it turns out that's not true. And again, both and again the women fell for the propaganda of the patriarchy again, because the husbands of the women that have concerns about, their kids' safety, and their husbands just brushing it under the rug or being complacent. Yeah, I'm now seeing why there are white women deciding to go ahead and end their marriages. And I do not blame them. The main thing is they were, how do I say this? They were manipulated once again by the patriarchy, but finally they decided to wake up and actually see what's really going on. Finally, they are doing that. But yeah, and this situation with Corey Holcomb and Anton, uh, and I'm going to say this right here because it has to be said. Anton Daniels started it first. The moment that he said that Corey, can't say that the explicit words, but because, you know, now again, Corey Holcomb is no saint. I know he stands up for the black community. I understand that based on what I saw in the video. But the moment when Anton said what he said, that was when Corey Holcomb decided to respond. And then, and here's what's funny to me. Anton Daniels has been making fun of not only children, but he has made fun of women too. Now all of a sudden he's the victim. You gotta be freaking kidding me. You really gotta be kidding me. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all a video of what I'm talking about. Because this is, well, I'm gonna show y'all the first video. Hold on, let me make sure everything's right. And here's the video right here. Here is, and you're going to see Anton was the instigator. Here we go.
About nothing. Well, I tell you what, watch that fucking shit, because that'll go bad. Call it what you want. I don't do no fucking outrage and local. Ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more. We got to go. You're missing it. You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Your voting is for suckers. It's not.
I do not believe that voting is for suckers. I do not believe that. I believe that voting is the way to make change. And yes, I'll be voting in this year's midterms. And hopefully we can change things here in South Carolina. But yeah, let's get back to, but yeah, I do not agree with voting is for suckers. I do agree with Corey about making change. I do agree with that, but yeah, let's continue the video.
People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck. Well, I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no people that shit. Don't vote. And I'm gonna show up and vote like a sucker. And not only is it ignorant. We had Republican presidents. We had Democratic presidents. We had the same joint. I'm talking about locally. You talking about national. I don't give a fuck. It matters. It matters. If you vote, absolutely, that means you in line.
Everyone who is here and everyone who will see this after, or anyone who will be catching the replay, make sure that you go out and vote, not only nationally, but locally as well. Because to change things, you're not just going to have to vote nationally, you're going to have to vote locally. Because the governor's mansion, the state house, and the state senate is also very important. Just like the senate and the congressional elections as well, and the presidency. But yeah.
Now, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it. Your ancestors it's so funny didn't do it like this. Because people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president. It's all sucker shit. It's a war every day. It's just not physical anymore. Well, that's the problem. It's here. Physical war. It's not. Until motherfuckers ready to.
We do not need no physical war. War is only going to lead to the downfall of it. It's only going to cost people lives, and I'm just going to say it. It's going to cost it's going to cost people to lose their lives at this time. apologize, everyone. My internet was acting up. My apologies. But yeah, what I was saying before I was, before the thing cut off, was, we do not need a physical war. We can just go ahead and vote. Go ahead and make change that way. Nothing good comes from war. Nothing good comes from it. Think about it. Why do you think there is an anti-war campaign going on within the United States right now? It's because people do not want new wars. There are people out there who lost their loved ones because of war. War, it takes the loved ones from different families. It took their lives. That's why there are people right now that are saying that they do not want no new wars. But we have a president that's creating new wars. And it's sickening. It really is sickening. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the video.
Up it off, it's not. We gonna always not talking. But see, real gladiators don't talk. Real gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done. What are you under control by? It ain't. You under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. But here's the truth. We know, I believe you know this already. When the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Surf or turf? With the Zach Seas box, the answer.
I mean, there is, suing the cops, getting justice, even though it may not turn out that the way that you want it, you can sue the cops, for wrongfully shooting an innocent black person. Or you can sue them from wrongfully, arresting, that said innocent black man and everything. I mean, but that innocent black man or woman, but if, you know, but and let's just get back to the video.
Insane. Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie? This is so insane. But you didn't answer it. I'm gonna answer your question. Okay. I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid. Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about
Well,
cops.
you should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got all the time. Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I'm talking about liberal white women
about
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States.
And to the white women out there who are, who are divorcing their husbands because of ICE. Anton Daniels has been coming after y'all for a long time. Are y'all sure? And my question is, are you sure that y'all want to get with a black man like Anton Daniels? Are you sure y'all want to do that? It's not worth getting with a black man who thinks like Anton Daniels. It's not worth it. This goes for the liberal and the conservative white women. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because the moment you have biracial kids with a man who thinks like Anton Daniels, and all of a sudden you start using the N-word towards them, all of a sudden they're going to be on the internet saying how bad that they were treated. Because I've seen videos about it, but that would be another live stream, probably in March or or maybe I would be doing that on the last live stream and that I'll be doing before summer break in the May. And maybe that would be something I'll be doing. But yeah, let's get back to the video.
States of America. That's the thing I say every single female, the biggest. Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country. What about their men? But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the court. I think you're doing what's easy. No. I'm doing what's real. I think you don't want to go against them. Because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss. I don't have a boss. We say that. We say that, but here's the truth. I don't have a boss. It's the reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of equal accountability smoke giver? I talk about everybody. I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men. Well, you ain't been up here. You ain't been listening. I've been listening to you. I just haven't. I hear you. You don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy. No. You got me wrong. You're too busy. My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss? Let's slow down because you're talking loud, but you're not saying a lot. No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What you the Caucasian male do to America? I'm not bring it down. I'm not getting into that. You dancing around it, and that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass. But I don't. Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody. Yes, you are. You suck the black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do. No, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. I don't study.
And this is where it started. It started when Anton said what he said. And then that's when, it started spiraling.
I don't suck. So you're doing it right now. I don't suck. You're doing it right now. Believe me when I tell you. I don't do that. I don't do that. Listen. So don't come at me with no. I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me. I don't do no shit. I'm a man. I don't do no sucky shit. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Well, I tell you what, watch that sucky shit, cause that'll go bad. Call it what you want. I don't do no sucky. You say a lot of shit that I don't what either. You okay, but that gay shit, you don't give a fuck. Hey, homie, I tell you what. I'm right here. No shit, don't put no shit on me, nigga. I'm from Detroit. Say I'm fucking. I'm right here, right now. All right. I'm gonna respect you. Dance around it. Dance around it. No. I don't do no fucking shit. I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I come out here to have a conversation. We good, but you're not closing up on me.
Y'all
we good. I did already. I don't need. Put the microphone right down. Right now, I'm going up back. I don't give a fuck shit. You just running your mouth. I'm not running my mouth. I'm running your mouth. I don't do no for the internet. You're doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want to say show you I ain't doing it for the internet. I'm saying, don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say anti, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't either. But I'll let that shit rap.
Yeah, but Anton, you started it first. All Corey was doing was asking you simple questions. Yeah, I'm with the people that are siding with Corey Holcomb on this one. Anton went there, and let's just watch the rest of this.
Because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it call this nigga out his name? Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I did.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't getting loud. Then don't switch seats. No. This is my show. This is my show. Cool, but I take that shit as a threat. Okay. Well, it is a threat if you're calling me. I don't say my nigga. Man, fuck what you talking about. I don't. If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit. Come at me with that. You're not gonna do shit. You're not gonna come at me with. See, I suck. Yeah, nigga. We can go back right now. Fuck I am. We can go back right now. I'm with it. I bet you won't say that shit. We can go back right now. I got money for all this. Whatever. I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about this shit. Hey,
no, it's not.
Now, in my opinion, Corey Holcomb did the right thing, and by not going out there, and but Anton is the instigator of this. And we have to watch it until the very end. Here we go.
But I ain't don't get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead us. But I'm saying that this shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it, if you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation. But just know, I'm not listening to that shit, bro. Nigga. I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation, you know. Back to the conversation. Long as you know, bro. You not.
And yeah, so that was the end of that video. Now I'm about to play another one. And this next one. Oh man. Might as well go ahead and play it. And here's the thing about it though. Anton Daniels, start this. Anton started this. You see, this is why. And now, I'm going to say, you know, this is why I can't. This is why I do not take the manosphere serious. This is why. This is one of the main reasons why I do not take them seriously. Let's go ahead and finish this and do this video, and then go ahead and go in and you know, into the other part of this that I want to show you guys, because I want y'all to hear from one of the protesters that, you know, that got arrested. And she did, and here's the thing, she didn't violate any laws. She's only guilty for, you know, going on ahead and protesting. So yeah, free speech is under attack. It is. But yeah, let's go ahead and play this video.
Your grill. You did not say it. You an ugly ass boy. You an ugly ass boy. I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter? That's the air up there. Nigga. Look, nigga, let me tell you something. Don't.
Oh my God. Anton, why you have to bring your... And remember, ladies and gentlemen, Anton used to go after other people's kids. He used to, and he still does that. Remember what happened to the dang, I forgot his name. Y'all remember what happened to him, right? Anton went on ahead and went after the kid who died. But like I said, the moment Corey Holcomb comes after, you know, his child, all of a sudden he wants to play victim. When Anton was doing that before, you know, Corey Holcomb did that. You know, let's just watch the video.
Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while.
Don't have time to watch these.
People think you smart. But I think the people that think people that wear glasses are smart are the dumbest people in the world. They put a man on TV, Dr. Fauci. This man had on glasses. Everybody thought he knew what he was talking about, and they did what he said. He gone with the money and everything. But the motherfuckers like me who was looking at Dr. Fauci like, man, fuck that motherfucker. We always the ones who they treat us like we don't know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. You can't come to me with no script about you got to do this if you want to survive. When I've been surviving out here with...
Oh, and I want to make something clear. I'm not for, you know, the going after people's kids. You know, I'm not for that. And this right here is for educational purposes only. And, you know, let's get back to the video.
I'm doing what they say ever since I was probably in 5th grade, and I realized I ain't fucking with what these people talking about. About 5th, 6th grade, that's when I realized, oh, this all suck shit. So motherfuckers with glasses can fool you. I studied. You didn't study me, because when I got up on you, you failed the test.
People waste 1,400 hours a year scrolling on their phones. With Purdue Global.
Sorry about the ads, y'all. But yeah.
When I got up on you, you failed the test. And you feel it every time if a man in your face. I know it. It was broken down in a lot of ways. Only thing I didn't like when people was like, if you woke up on me, I don't woke up on me. But if you're not a man, I'll walk up on you. So if you're speaking up like somebody did something wrong, it's because you got inadequacies. Because I ain't woke up on you. I walked up on that peon. And we'll walk up on him again, but I know I'll never see him again face to face. I ain't gonna never see him. We asked why his plan didn't work. You know why his plan didn't work? And I've told y'all before. The chosen soldier of God. His plan didn't work. He didn't have the courage to make his plan work. All he had to do when I was right there, say I sucked dick again. He didn't have the courage to follow through with his plan. I got bitches with more courage than him. I got a bitch who was talking to me crazy. Shut your bitch ass up, Corey. I was like, hey, don't say that. Shut your bitch. I said, say bitch ass again. She said, shut your bitch ass up. After we wiped her lip off from what was stripping out of her, we was fucking again. And I told her, I can't really be around you no more.
I want to continue wanting to show y'all this video, but it's the way he's talking about women that got me. This is insane. But yeah, let's get to the point where he's talking about,
No, he's not who he says he is. Now, somebody else got something to say about that kick ass nigga. Go ahead.
No, shit. No.
Okay, I want to talk about the situation with the broad that he was with because she wanted to make herself known. Somebody else was chasing attention.
I want to go ahead and address the whole Corey Holcomb situation. All right, the whole Corey Holcomb incident. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was told that I was going to go on the 5150 show. And I was excited. All right, I was excited about going on the 5150 show. Last Tuesday, I got on the plane to go from DC to LA.
And you believed every time. This is why I can't be with no black woman who has pick-me tendencies. She fell for the lie. She fell for the lie. She fell for the freaking lie.
I got to the 5150 studios at about 8 p.m. Pacific time. I met Corey Holcomb. I was introduced to him. He shook my hand. Then about, I want to say 5 minutes before the actual show started, I was told, I can't go on the show. I said, okay, cool. Then I was told that I could sit on the set, but I have to sit on camera. I said, okay, cool. And that's where I sat for the entire duration of the show. Now, the show started, and as you know, what happened, because it went viral. All right, so if you guys want to see all of that, you can go watch it. It's everywhere. All right. But with all that being said, as that's going on, when it becomes abundantly clear that it's time to go, myself and security go ahead and start to leave. When I get to the door, as I'm going out, I hear Corey Holcomb say, yeah, leave with your security and your bitch. And I'm not going to lie, I was shocked. Because it's very unfortunate that I would be called the B word. Because I had such a positive outlook and a positive take on 5150 and Corey Holcomb. Last year here in DC, I literally went to a Corey Holcomb show. So when I found out I was going on 5150, I was like, oh, this is exciting because I just went to see a show. And now I'm having this experience. So it was very unfortunate. Not only that, I hear explain the bitch and this bitch on my show. I don't know who she is. alluding to the fact that I'm just here and it's somebody's side chick. And I'm nobody's side chick. So it was very unfortunate and very hurtful. That I can tell you.
When I said, get your ass and your bitch up out of here, I didn't say no names because I didn't even know who that was. I was stabbing at that nigga. If you're really smart, you know that. You with the bro, get your bitch up out of here. I'm stabbing at the nigga. I'm trying to bring some courage out that nigga and make him stop doing all that talking. So, as soon as you ride on the lot, it's cameras. As soon as you ride on the lot, it's cameras. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now, D.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. You saw them get out the car, right?
Yeah, it was in my car still.
What did you observe when they got out the car about their energy together?
It was interesting for sure because, you know, to me, if you're walking up on somebody new, you freely introduce the whole crew.
Right.
And I walked right up to him and he said, "Oh, Miss Darlene," or Miss D, whatever he said, gave me a handshake, what have you. Said, "I'm not a handshaker, I'm a hugger." So we hugged. I introduced myself to the security guard. She was already walking towards the door. And it's not like he stopped her to say, and I thought, to me, I don't know. That's just very strange where it's like.
The fact that she got out the car and just ran right inside and went with him.
Well, she wasn't near him, yeah, but she was walking more towards the door with him. So I don't know. I just find that very odd because, okay. And then when I came in, I wanted to go up to her and introduce her. And I had already heard the stuff going on because Phil had made it clear. He said, "Hey," because he said, I don't know how that happened. Phil knows, but that where he mentioned something about the seat or a seat or something about her being.
Hey, Phil, I ain't expect you to say this. What happened with, because you told me.
He made it.
You told me when I walked in the door and I was looking like, this pussy motherfucker might not be on the show.
He didn't ask. Yeah. You said,
what happened with him?
I'm going to play the video a little bit longer. And then we'll be getting to another segment of the news and everything. But yeah, this is just sad. This is really sad, bro. And not only that, but and now I finally understand my dislike for pick me women now. And here's the thing. When you worship a man, that man is going to get you into some trouble that you can't get yourself out of. And that's what happened to the woman who was, explaining the whole thing. But yeah, it's really sad. It really is.
Said something about her being on the show, and I said, "Did you talk to Corey about that?" And he was like, "No." So I told him that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Can they hear me?
Corey rarely puts anybody on the show. Period. So.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I want to make sure everybody know what happened. Because the bro said he had told her she was going to be on the show 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So, if she got any common sense, she should know this a cake-ass nigga. If she got any common sense, she should know, oh, you a fuck boy. You told me I was plugged to be on the show. Because I believe he told her that. I believe he thought he had bargaining.
The sad part about it is that the woman who was explaining herself actually believed Anton Daniels. That's the sad part about it. Corey Holcomb is airing it out. The fact that the woman who was explaining herself actually believed Anton Daniels should say a whole lot about the pygmies of the black community. Let's go ahead and finish this last part.
That's what it is. He didn't have no bargaining chips. No, she can't come on this. I don't know nothing about that. Just like he faked, like when he was on the phone. I told you, I come to do your podcast in person, and but right after the show, he on there with Gucci and Yuck them on the phone. Some Zoom shit.
No, you mean where he said he doesn't really go on other people's shows,
right?
Physically, not.
Yeah, he said he's got to come, but he right on the show with
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was on the show with Yuck and Gooch, and I forgot the other brother name. But guys, we'll be up here at the Corner Cat. I'm like, I thought he said he didn't do that. But back on the brawl. So it was really sitting in my head. I'm like, oh, this is bitch. Boy, you use your paper to fuck bitches you would normally never be around. You ugly ass boy. You ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
Oh, here we go.
This motherfucker brags on not having no children out of wedlock. What happened?
Texas is feeling unwell. Texas.
Super dirty. Okay. But I'm going to say this, y'all. This is truly this is really sad. It really is. It really is. It truly is sad, y'all. Not only did the woman who was trying to explain herself said that she was invited to come on the show, but you heard it from Corey Holcomb himself saying that he didn't invite her. Man, this is sad. This is real sad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play some more of the video, and then
That's the broad. I'll get the broad off. That's his daughter. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock. Nigga.
That's cool. Daughter.
That's who?
That Cool Mo daughter.
Just the air up there, nigga. Look, nigga, let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know, nigga, don't ever brag on no motherfucking what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you, nigga. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer, nigga. You was doing scams.
Why did Anton have to play victim and bring his family in this? Now you see a Corey Holcomb going after his daughter. This is real sad. It really is really sad. Oh my God. And I'm not an Anton Daniels supporter. No. No. Just no. But I do believe this is karma. Because here's the thing. To all the black women out there who will be watching this later, I want you to understand. the black manosphere that been coming after dark-skinned black women. Anton Daniels has been coming after dark-skinned black women for a long time. All of a sudden, when he did what he did on Corey Holcomb's show, and then he did this response video, all of a sudden Anton wants to play nice with black women, dark-skinned black women. After all the bad things he said about black women, man. And not only that, but he's playing the victim. Did he tell us that we were playing the victim? But now after this, he's now claiming he's the victim. Oh my God. Let's just hurry up and finish some more of this, and then I'll be going into another news story.
Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. That's who the fuck is that, nigga? This motherfucker cat. I'm the captain now. Look at that. Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Don't make no more daughters, dog. You got to make it where your shit come out with a boy, so you can make excuses for him. But you ain't got no kids out of wedlock, cause ain't no bitches fucking with you. He was on the internet bragging, I always got a bad bitch with me. No, you pay a bitch to be with you, nigga. You ain't no nigga who got bitches. You buy bitches like the little bitch you had with you, goddammit, who motherfucking made that story sound like she wanted to sound. I got to town Tuesday. Did you get to town Tuesday? Or was you in Vegas with him? I don't know. Did you get to town Tuesday, really? So you let that man lie to you, bring you up here, talking about you on the show, and you ain't mad at that nigga? I seen you on that show when he said something about dick sucking to the other dude. You know what kind of nigga that is. Listen, let me tell you something. If you trying to get on, come get it on your back like the women who really moving up in the world. Power up here, he ain't got nothing to do. The only power he had was to run his mouth. That's all he did. Run his mouth. When a man challenged him, he bagged down. So if you want to be on the show, because I heard you say, I went to Corey Holcomb's show out in D.C. and he was funny and all that shit. Shout it, you can earn it fucking with me. Because they be like, he ain't really giving me shit. Don't be lying talking about you came out here to do the show. You came out here to kick it with that big old ham sandwich because you know that motherfucker gonna trick off real good with you. The show, you probably was disappointed because you ain't get on the show. That's because I didn't know you and you was with dude. You see where the show at? Meet me outside one day and say, Corey, I'm trying to earn something.
Hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton's very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's hit before. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person with his angry black time.
And that's Anton's wife that's saying that. That's Anton's wife that's saying that. My God, man. Let's continue with the video.
All right. Now, she look like she'll be like, fuck it, I'll be with this little fat nigga. Babe, you ain't got to be worried about that nigga temper tantrums and all that shit like that. Come fuck with a real nigga. If y'all in Detroit, it's real niggas in Detroit. God damn it. They could come pick you up at his house. He ain't gonna do shit. You with a mark-ass nigga who's stressing you out. Because you saw it. I know you saw it, ma'am. When I said to your husband, I'm doing a slow motion a little bit. Say I struck dick again. That nigga let your whole family down and bitched out. Y'all done. You will never live that moment down where he got punked in front of the nation. You think you're supposed to fix it because you're married to him. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I can't put you out front with my top 5 bitches, but I'll find you a slot just because you his wife. Come fuck with a real nigga. You know you can't stay with that nigga, especially years are over. What if you'd have had a boy? God damn, you'd have had a little slouchy little boy. You had a daughter, at least somebody would smash you. This motherfucker, them nights with them other bitches ain't answering the phone. They gonna call your daughter. Meanwhile, you be over here with me, goddamn. I got a bitch with some colder wigs than that you had on. Well, that wig you got on, that's a starter kit wig.
Here's to the go-getters. It's not just the ones in the gym.
All right, that right there is enough. Oh my god, man, oh my god. Yeah, but what we seen is it's just messed up, you know. I'm not going to go now. If you ask me, was Corey Holcomb wrong for going after, for doing what he did? The answer is yes, but Anton Daniels was wrong for starting up stuff. So yeah, Anton was the main instigator. He is the main instigator. And yeah, so here's another thing. The black manosphere, it's just, you can't take them seriously. You can't. You just can't take them serious. And I'm gonna go ahead. And we're going to officially go into another video, and yeah, we'll be reacting to, and the next video is about another ICE shooting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was another ICE shooting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into it. So here we go. There was another ICE shooting in And I'm about to play the video for y'all now. Here we go.
A little bit more about the video. We have been also requesting Republican response, and we do have a statement from Tom Emmer, which we will get to you shortly. But let's talk about this video that you've been watching. You've been going over it.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
Well, we're gonna see it together. Okay, so this is the video that has been going around social media. It appears to be the correct location at the correct time posted today. We verified that much. We want to show you, and there's other videos that show the same person at the same time. So that's why we feel like this is authenticated and we're able to air it right now. We're going to pause it right before the shot of this man going limp, but we're going to watch it several times here and show you exactly what we're seeing on this video. This video starts with federal agents trying to detain a man who's in like a khaki colored sort of jacket and pants. The man can be seen when we re-rack this, you'll see it. The man can be seen on his knees on the ground with two agents on top of him trying to detain him. It's unclear if these agents know this man is armed. It's unclear if the man threatened them in any way. We don't know any of that. What I can tell you is that these agents are aggressively on top of this man. And a third, what appears to be an agent, with a tan-colored coat and jeans, and we're going to keep watching this. He walks over to the scene. Watch this guy with the coat on here. He has nothing, it doesn't appear he has anything in his hand until he reaches down and tries to help detain this guy. There are clear, more zoomed in videos where I can tell you that right here, that person walks away with a gun in his right hand, which would be on the left side of the screen. That person in that tan jacket spins away with a gun in his right hand with closer imaging that you can see. Is it the man on the ground's gun? Unclear. We don't know whose it is. But it is at that point when it freezes, is when we hear the gunshot. Okay? And we don't know where, right here. We know there's a gun in the hand of that man right there. Again, is it the person on the ground's gun? Unclear. Is it an agent's gun? Unclear. But this moment right here is when a shot is fired. The person shooting the video then swears and says, oh my, they just shot him. And then you hear a series of more gunshots. There's about, call it 3 seconds in between the first shot and what appears to be a rally of other shots. I can't read anything else into this right now without other angles, without law enforcement experts, use of force experts to weigh in, because we can't make judgment. But that is precisely what this shows. People online are wondering if the man was disarmed before he was shot to death. I can't answer that question. This video doesn't answer that question, but that is the big question that people are asking online. And that has gotten people so upset.
And one thing I'm wondering as I look at that as well is this is an area with so many businesses. I'm wondering if any of their security cameras caught this from other angles that authorities will eventually be able to determine.
Absolutely, they all have.
There's also what appears to be a woman in the red jacket. You see that right there?
Right.
6 feet from this happening.
She looks like she's got really close shooting video. Yeah.
Incredibly important video. There's another video that's going around of the man who's on the ground who was shot. Call it a minute or so before this went down. And that video shows somebody driving past the area, and the guy who's on the ground is actually just like a precursor to this, standing up, talking, verbal dialoguing with an agent. And it doesn't look that tense. And
have we confirmed that yet? Can we show that yet?
No, we have not gotten confirmed yet, but it's going around and it appears to be the same person. So what's difficult, obviously, with social media, our job is to verify facts, and it's super hard when things suddenly go viral and we don't know who shot it, and we can't authenticate exactly everything that you see on social media, which is why we have to be careful.
Well, let's remind people what DHS is saying, what they've released about the situation. DHS says at 9:05 a.m. Central Time, DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien wanted for violent assault. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. They show the picture of it. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted, More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines and no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. About 200 rioters arrived at the scene and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement on the scene. Crowd control measures were deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement. The situation is evolving. More information forthcoming. We want to point out that Chief Brian O'Hara says that this man is a citizen of the city, 37-year-old white male who is a lawful gun owner and did have a permit to carry. So that much we do know.
And in addition, Chief O'Hara said when asked about the DHS statement, people were asking, can you confirm what DHS said? And Chief O'Hara at this point says they don't have that information. They have not been given that information.
It's also very important to point out what that press release does not say. It says that, and you correct me if I'm wrong if you want to pull it back up, it says that a man approached with a 9mm handgun. It doesn't say he had it in his hand. It doesn't say he was pointing it at officers. It just says that a man had a gun, which he has a right to do. It doesn't say that he actually threatened them with it, but it does say at the end, their hyperbole is that he was intending on harming as many officers as possible, which no one can prove at this point from what we've seen.
And
Mercy is now played.
As I was, and from the videos I've seen today, first things first, the men who are getting divorced and everything, dude, to y'all, I said all y'all gotta do is take accountability. But no, y'all want the women to take accountability instead of y'all. And y'all wonder why, and you wonder why women are choosing the bear. They're choosing the bear because, number one, they really don't want to deal with the BS that, you know, the narcissistic manosphere follower is doing to their minds. That's number one. Number two, the men are up and down, you know, demanding respect and all that and all this other stuff, but do not know how to respect a woman. That's sad. And not only that, but they're cheating and justifying it. Well, and end up having a baby outside of the marriage. Let's be for real. There are the majority of the men do not want to take accountability. They do not. And we see it within the Black community as well. They do not want to take accountability. Which makes pretty much which makes Black men have the stereotype that we do, that we have. And the stereotypes are that we have no discipline when it comes to, you know, keeping it in our pants. And not only that, but the men in the manosphere is justifying it. That makes it 10 times worse. Oh, but I forgot, you can't tell a Black manosphere that. Manospheric man that. I forgot, you can't tell them that. Because they will say, oh, you're still this and that and the third. Why should a woman choose you when, and this is what I'm saying. Why should any woman of any race choose the black man when he doesn't know how to control what's in his pants? Or he's thinking about you? Why? And not only that, but those who cheat are making the rest of us look bad as well. But those of us who are calling it out, we're the simps, huh? Okay. Y'all want women to take accountability, but when it comes to you taking accountability, you want to go ahead and blame it on the women and stuff like that. That's sad and pathetic. But yeah, and in the video of the videos of the Anton Daniels versus Corey Holcomb, I think both of them should, be held accountable for acting the way they did. But yeah, we're going to go to another we're going to go to another well, we're going to get to another video of let's see, of a woman who was captured by ICE, and she was, and like I said, she was arrested for practicing her First Amendment right. Only thing I have to say is that this is really getting scary. This is really getting bad out here, and not only that, but if y'all look on the channel and y'all see a video of a woman that has a disability, and y'all see the title, "This is Sad and Wrong," that's how you know it's starting to get bad out here. That is how you know. And unfortunately, they arrested a black woman who was just practicing her First Amendment rights. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show y'all the video right now. Here we go.
That's the part, that's actually also.
Why are you reporting on this? Why?
Just to make sure.
Like, hold on, I'm sure before, I understand, but I'm asking, why is he recording this? I would ask that you not record it. It doesn't have to be. I don't want to be a troublesome matter. So I'm asking. Department of Housekeeping report, if it's not recorded.
Akima Levy Armstrong is now out front. And Nikki, I want to ask you about that video and just this whole issue of who's recording and why and what the policy is, because it's really crucial. But, you know, you're here. You just got out of custody a few hours ago. And I know, you know, we spoke just hours before you were arrested yesterday morning. So then all of a sudden you were arrested and it's been 36 hours that you were in custody. What happened in that time?
So what happened was yesterday morning, FBI agents essentially, so let me backtrack a little bit. So they had me as well as some of the other organizers and protesters under surveillance. So they treated us as if we were dangerous criminals, watching our movements. They even went to my co-defendant Chantel Allen's home and watched her and her wife get into their vehicle and drive away the other night. And apparently they were tracking me in my vehicle, which I did not know. And so we stayed in a hotel in downtown Minneapolis because we had heard that they might be arresting people. And we had our lawyer contact the U.S. Marshal's Office to see if there was an arrest warrant. Not yesterday, but the day before. And they said there was no arrest warrant, you know, on file. And then he also called the U.S. Attorney's Office as well. And they did not give him any information. So we wanted to be close to downtown. We also didn't want the FBI to kick in our doors, you know, with our families there. So we stayed at a hotel so that we would be able to turn ourselves in the event that we found out that there was an arrest warrant. However, in the meantime, dozens of FBI agents, again, were surveilling us. They found out the hotel that we were staying in. They surrounded the building, monitored the building. And at one point in the middle of the night, we were in my room and I opened one of my friends opened the hotel door to go take her bag next door. And an FBI agent stormed out of the room across the hall from me and chased her and slammed her to the ground. And he thought that later we realized he thought that she was me. So he got physical with her and attacked her. And when I saw this man run out of the room, I just closed the door and locked it. And then I tried to reach my attorney, like, I think that they're in the room next door surveilling us. It was just so shocking to see the lengths that they went to as if we were dangerous criminals. And we're literally talking about a nonviolent, peaceful protest. And so once we were able to get a hold of our attorneys early in the morning, we talked to them about me being able to turn myself in. And initially David Rosen, who is the head prosecutor on this case, had told my attorney, Jordan Kushner, that I could just self-surrender with him by my side. And then he got a call from a higher up in Washington who said, no, the FBI was going to have to arrest me. And I knew that they just wanted to put on a show because JD Vance was coming into town, because MAGA got worked up over the church protest. And that is why I believe that the FBI agent was trying to record me.
So that's why they recorded. But what you described is a whole lot of people and manpower and hotel room bills and all of these things that they're doing when you were willing to just walk in and turn yourself in.
Absolutely. We followed the steps to see if there was an arrest warrant for me. And there was nothing in their system. And so we were only 8 minutes away from the federal courthouse in downtown Minneapolis, which is where where my attorney thought that I would have to turn myself in. So we followed all of the steps, but they treated this as if I was a fugitive on the run, that I had committed murder. And they're doing all this, putting all these resources into tracking down one Black woman, when they will put zero resources into holding Jonathan Ross accountable, the ICE agent who killed Renee Good. Let's not forget that fact. He's still roaming around free. There are federal agents protecting his home as we speak. But instead, they tried to make me a target simply for speaking the truth and calling out the authoritarian behavior of the Trump administration and the brutality of ICE in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Nikema, in that video that they were filming of you, right? Because they obviously have said this is something they're now doing. We've seen them do it. Jonathan Ross himself was filming during when he shot Renee Nicole Good. You say in your video, I don't want to be a trophy for MAGA. We heard that in what we just played that you provided for us. But that video that we're looking at, it confirms what your attorney said. And by the way, what the DHS secretary posted, which is you looking very calm and stoic, okay, during your arrest. She posted an image of you. You looked very serious and calm. But then the White House posted a digitally altered image, and it's looking bereft and crying and very broken up. And so that's the one on the right. I don't know if you can see it, but for viewers, the doctored AI generated fake image posted by the White House is on the right. On the left is the real image, which was posted by the DHS secretary. So Nikema, when did you find out that this, and what did you think when you first saw what the White House posted? Because you knew it to be a lie.
Absolutely. So my husband was there and he was also recording. So that is the recording that you have, which was taken by my husband. And at the time when I questioned the FBI agent about why he was recording, he had a smirk on his face, right? He knew that this was a sham prosecution to begin with. I could tell, honestly, by the look in his eyes. And I said, you can't, later I said, you can't even look at me with a straight face, about this whole thing. And so when I asked him about recording, he said, oh, it's not going to go on Twitter or anything. I was just asked to record this video. And so I didn't find out until we were in federal custody when my husband told me that it was like last night when they jailed us. Because actually the judge, the magistrate that we appeared before after, being arrested, he actually ordered us to be released yesterday. But the U.S. attorney who is prosecuting this case asked for a stay in the judge's decision so that he could contest it. And it was a bunch of BS as to why they should be able to detain us. And so that 1 hour stay wound up becoming a whole other day in federal custody because there were over 150 protesters who showed up at the federal courthouse peacefully. But they shut the federal courthouse down hours early and then quickly transported us in shackles to the Sherburne County Jail, which is where we were held until, a few hours ago when we were released. They didn't have to do all that. We had ankle chains around us, belly chains. We had handcuffs with the board in between. I mean, honestly, like they were transporting slaves during slavery. And it was ankle very chains and a board chain for the and belly chains, ankle chains, belly chain, and handcuffs with the board in between where you couldn't even move your wrists. And they put us in the back of a van. These are the U.S. Marshals, and they did not even put us in seatbelts. So we did not feel safe even being transported from the federal courthouse to the jail. But none of it was necessary. Our lawyers tried to get back into the federal courthouse. They wouldn't even let them in. They closed hours early. So all of this was intentional to further punish us for speaking truth to power and standing up for vulnerable people being abused by ICE. Nikema, well, they did just release a court affidavit, and this came a DHS agent testifying in here. So I wanted to read for you what they've just put out. We've just gotten this. It says that your church protest, quote, disrupted the religious service and intimidated, harassed, oppressed, and terrorized the parishioners, including young children, and caused the service to be cut short. It goes on to describe a conversation that they said you had before the protest where they said that you specifically said, Nikema, to others, remember, if you have anything that is activist identifying, do not wear it in if you're just going in to sit down and be a part of the situation. I wanted to give you a chance to respond to this affidavit. I said what I said. We went into the church service. Anyone who saw the video saw that we were very peaceful. And the description that they gave with regard to churchgoers, that to me sounds like what ICE is actually doing in our community. Terrorizing adults and children, making them fearful, disrupting their lives. That's what ICE is doing. That's not what we did. As we were in there trying to have a dialogue, at least I did with the pastor initially,
Once I said the name, David Easterwood, and asked how could he be both the pastor and the director of ICE in Minnesota, the pastor is the one who said, shame, shame, because he didn't want to have that discussion in front of the congregation. I believe he didn't want them to know that they have an ICE pastor as a part of the church. Because of course there's leadership that knows, and there are some of the congregants who did not know. Now, as we were, leading chants, there were protesters talking directly to parishioners and vice versa. There were also people who were worshiping during the service. There were people who were singing. There were people who were sitting in the pews praying. So that is in stark contrast to the affidavit that you just read in terms of what actually took place in that church.
All right. All right. Yeah, that's what, that's the video. And, I think ICE should be held accountable big time because, and I also want to say, finally, Christy Nome is going to be held accountable. Hopefully she will be held accountable for this because all of this that's happening is happening because because of I would say all this that's happening, it is because of Christy Nome, the woman who was dragged from her car by ICE agents, the woman who has a disability. Yeah, this is happening because of because of Christy Nome. And yeah, Trump and his whole administration needs to be held accountable. And the only way to do that is by voting in the November elections. Meaning, once again, vote in your state, vote in the general, local, and state elections. Because while, yes, Congress and the Senate, they are important. But guess what? So is your state house, your state senate, the mayor's race. Let's see, school board races as well, because the school board races are very important. And, and all of the rest of the stuff, yeah. But yeah, right now I want to, yeah, but that was the interview. And now we're stepping away from this and and we're going to we're now going to we're now going to the uplifting part of this of this live stream. And then, because I have a video for you guys. And then we'll be going, and then after that, we're going into some wrestling talk. But yeah, this is just that real talk. But yeah, as of right now, we are about to go ahead and as of right now, we're about to go ahead and get into the three videos uplifting women, especially Black women. So yeah.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it?
Stupid. Again, I apologize for the ad that keep showing up, but yeah. Here we go.
You will have to become someone you've never been before. You want to go somewhere you've never gone? You got to do something you've never done. You got to say something you've never said. You got to go to a place in you that you've never even been. You get to redesign. You are your Michelangelo. You are your greatest sculpture. And you get to recarve. And you get to up-level as much as you need. You're not sentenced to this life this way. You chose it. You get.
And this is Lisa Nicholas that is giving this motivational speech. Yeah.
Choose as much as you want. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. What do you want and how do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough. Your knees are supposed to knock a little bit. Your teeth are supposed to chatter a little bit. There's supposed to be at least 2 butterflies in your stomach. At least. Because if not, you're playing inside your comfort zone. And we mistake the fact that we're supposed to be comfortable 24/7. Let me tell you something. Comfortable is complacent. I'll choose inconvenience every day, any day, to make a difference over time. I don't mind being mildly to moderately to significantly inconvenienced to leave my fingerprint on this planet. So I just came to talk to the game changers, to the change agents who are willing to confront any part of you that's not speaking to your madly, wildly, amazing future. I stand here in my greatness. I owe my life. I owe my brilliance. I am bold. I am courageous. I'm perfect in my imperfection. This is my time. This is my time. I'm bright enough. I'm old enough. I'm young enough. I'm experienced enough. I'm wise enough. I understand that I am enough. Breathe. Own it. Own it.
Ask yourself, what's my dream? What's my dream? I came to challenge you to play in the biggest field you've ever played in. I came for you to challenge the fear that might be inside of you and to redesign and reprogram it. You look at it long enough, you be with it intimately enough, and it has to dissipate. You are the designer of your destiny. You are the author of your autobiography. You write the story of your life. No one can write your financial story. No one can write your spiritual story. No one can write your emotional story but you. The pen has always been in your hand. The pen has always been in your hand. I say write a story that's going to be damn good to read. And ask yourself, what's my dream? What are you willing to do that you've never done before? What are you willing to say that you've never said before? Are you willing? Are you willing to do that thing you've never done before? Are you willing to stand at the edge of your own greatness? Are you willing to look at your fears? Are you willing to recognize that you can be afraid? Are you willing to look at the fact that there is always healing to come? There's always growth to come. There's no arrival. Are you willing? And then in the space of that, are you still willing to lean to the edge? Feel the breeze. Possibility, not knowing if you will fly or fall. Are you willing? Are you willing to not quite know what's there, but that something is there is greater than you? Are you willing to say, my life has to make a huge? You've heard me say this before, that there's a birthday and a transition day, and in between that is all the opportunity in the world. That's that dash that says, are you willing to disrupt my life? You're not here. You're not put here to leave my life calm. You're here to be a disruption for my life. You're here to cause me to want to be someone I've never been, do something I've never done because you crossed my path. Are you willing to show me that?
What is it that makes an SUV extraordinary? Well, hang on, Parker. What are you doing?
Is it the capability? It's going to cost you more time than you thought you'd have. It's going to cost you way more money than you thought you would invest. It's going to cost you some friends who couldn't make the entire journey with you. It's going to cost you that sense of, oh my God, I got to leave. I got to die to the old me to allow the new me to be born to my future. It's going to cost you something. This is the year for reset. This is the year for restart. This is the year for reignite. This is the year for repeat the things that you love. This is the year for recommit. This is the year for redesign. This is the year for re-engage. This is the year for restart. This is that year. I stopped by to ignite your fire. I stopped by to have you confront fear. I stopped by to have you look at what it's cost you and to make a bold declaration. The next time it rises up, you rise up a little bit higher than it. I stopped by for you to no longer make fear your enemy. Make fear your fuel. I stopped by to redefine fear. To redefine it. Because fear is an emotion like any other emotion. Fear is an emotion like love, like compassion. Fear is an emotion. We just gave it more power. We just gave it more power. Compassion, oh, that's nice. Fear, ooh. We gave it a meaning. And some of you know you've heard this before, that fear is false evidence appearing real. Now it's time to literally biohack the impact that fear has had. That fear no longer becomes your fortress. Fear becomes your fuel. Fear is that thing that pushes you forward. Fear is the thing that reminds you, oh, I need to go get more information. Oh, fear will keep you up at night studying. Fear will take you to a coach or a mentor. Fear will cause you to eat a slice of humble pie. Repeat after me. I am ready for my next best season. because I know that I am the author of my autobiography. I am the designer of my own destiny. I am writing my life story. And I'm writing a life story that I'm going to love reading. And others will be inspired by. On one page, they'll read my fear. And on the next page, they'll know I did it anyway. I commit to hold fear in one hand and passion in the other and leap and leap and leap every time. Every time. I ask that each of you hold me accountable to my contribution on this planet. Turn to someone and say, don't let me off the hook.
Now that right there, that was motivational. Shout out to Lisa Nichols. If only we had, and this is something, this is something that should go viral. That motivational speech, my God. And even though it's from 3 years ago, it still reigns true. And I say I got two more for you guys. Right now we're going to listen to a motivational speech from the lovely and the beautiful Miss Angela Bassett.
If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn this world upside down, these women together ought to be able to turn it right again. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn this world upside down, these women together ought to be able to turn it right again.
And yep, that right there is an emotional but powerful speech from Miss Angela Bassett. And now the last one is going to be.
It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the.
Now the last one is going to be from. It's a short video, but it also rings true, and I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years. I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life too. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think it ever crossed my mind to want to know other men? That I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so I could feel good. You're not the only one who's got wants and needs, but I held on to you, Joy. I took all my feelings, my wants, needs, and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched it prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. But I held on to you, Troy. I held you tight. You was my husband. I owed you everything I had, every part of me I could find to give you. Because that's the only way I was gonna survive as your wife. It's not easy.
And from that video alone, I understand that women have their wants as well. When y'all watch the replay, make sure to watch that part as well, because that right there, that made me cry. And yeah, what I'm going to be what I'm going to be doing at the end, well, before summer break, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have a panel full of women, you know, explaining, you know, talking about this, you know, and yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing when at the last Saturday in May. And now we get to we are now at the final part of this live stream. We have covered the accountability, the accountability streams, like the black woman who got arrested, you know, that shouldn't have happened because they were practicing their First Amendment right. And I believe that ICE should take accountability. And and also when it came to the reaction to Black Americans reacting to white women leaving their husbands because of ICE, I believe their husbands should take accountability as well. And I hope the three what I'm saying, and when it comes to the 3 videos I showed, I hope that Lisa Nicholas's speech has uplifted the women within the Black community and all over the world. And the last one, yeah, we're going to be talking about more. We're going to be talking about that more in the last Saturday in May. But yeah, now we're going to get into wrestling news. And here's the first one. Here we go.
Enzo Amore could be returning to the WWE. Which brand will he be a part of? And when will the return take place if it does happen? Let's talk about it. Now, first, you guys need to remember that Enzo Amore is in a very interesting situation. 8 years ago, he was released by the WWE due to some very serious allegations that were made. However, the local police department actually dropped the case because there was not enough evidence to find him guilty. So this led to Enzo Amore having a downward spiral in professional wrestling. No company has really been willing to give him a chance. You've seen him a little bit on Fourth Rope, and he's done some stuff in the indies, but we haven't seen him get an opportunity with AEW, WWE, or TNA that actually led to a contracted role. So now Enzo Amore goes on Twitter, posts his brand new video, seems like a collection of WWE footage, and the rumor and the speculation is that Enzo Amore could be finding time in WWE soon. Now, with that being said, I actually have a lot of respect for Enzo Amore and Big Cass. They were one of my favorite tag teams. Big Cass is currently in AEW, and it doesn't look like he's going to be leaving anytime soon, and it doesn't look like Tony.
So he is saying that Enzo Amore could be a surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it could be possible. I really don't know. But it's good that he's. You know, but yeah, I really don't know. Maybe it will happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Khan will be bringing in Enzo Amore. So if Enzo Amore is coming to the WWE, that would mean that he's going solo. If he goes solo, I actually just want to see him in NXT. I don't think there's room for him on Raw or SmackDown, but I think NXT needs a little bit of help in the main event scene.
That would be nice to, you know, that's if it was to happen. And we got other news.
Powerhouse Hobbs has a fit.
WWE has officially signed Powerhouse Hobbs. Let's go ahead and look at this.
Powerhouse Hobbs has officially signed with WWE. Despite a massive counteroffer from Tony Khan, the former TNT champion is jumping ship after 6 years. Rumors suggest he may.
Dang, it's really been 6 years? Darn, okay.
Skip NXT for a main roster debut, potentially under the name Royce Keys. Will Powerhouse Hobbs become a world?
Royce Keys. They couldn't just name him P.H. Hobbs. Let's finish the video.
Champion in WWE. Powerhouse Hobbs has officially signed.
Yeah, so that's 2 videos that I have for you guys. Now there is one more. There is one more I have for y'all before I end the live stream. One more. Let me see. And this is a clip of CM Punk talking about wrestling future and the latest films that he's in.
Zach.
These stupid And here we go.
I recently had the chance to sit down with WWE wrestler and actor CM Punk. Here's our conversation. He's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and has battled stars like John Cena and The Rock in the ring. And now Phil Brooks, known as his wrestling name CM Punk, is adding more acting credits to his belt. With a role in Disney's Zootopia 2 as one of the Zebros and in the horror film Night Patrol, which hits theaters January 16th. Phil joins us now in studio. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So, of course, it's not your first rodeo. You've been doing some movies. Now, we see a lot of WWE wrestlers dabble at least in movies. Was this always a dream of yours? Is this something that we can continue to expect seeing you on the big screen?
You can for sure expect it. I can't say it was a dream.
Okay.
I'm just a guy that takes every single opportunity that comes my way. I never woke up and said,
If CM Punk becomes the next Wolverine, I will be pleased. Kevin Feige, if you're looking for the next Wolverine, CM Punk is your guy.
I want to be a Disney princess, but here I am. And I am now. So
it looks good on you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Zebros.
And so we talk about Zebros in Zootopia.
Princess, but here I am. And I am now. So
it looks good on you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Zebros.
And so we talk about Zebros in Zootopia 2, which was actually to date Disney's highest grossing animated movie. Yeah. So congratulations on that. And you star alongside comedically the voice of one of the Zebros with Roman Reigns, another WWE wrestler. What was that like working with him outside of the ring together?
I think the on-screen chemistry that we share in WWE obviously translated. Somebody saw it. Somebody thought we would be a good fit for the Zebros. So we're doing something right.
So let's talk about Night Patrol. You play part of an evil and dangerous task force.
It's a great movie. If you love action, if you love horror, I'm a huge horror movie fan. The horror movie genre, to me, is the movie genre that always, I feel, speaks about social issues. Like, and we got a lot to say with this one. So it's really LAPD, Bloods, Crips, gang members with a supernatural twist. It's where the vampires come in. This is the kind of movie that, I've been saying this a lot today, I would watch this movie. I wouldn't be allowed to watch this movie, but I would watch this movie if I was 8 years old. And that's kind of...
Give you nightmares the rest of your life.
I don't know about that. I don't know about nightmares. It's just everything about it. It's the dark underbelly of a major metropolitan city. It talks about real world problems, just with this fantastic backdrop of
I apologize, Sean. I had to do something real quick. But yeah, let me get back to where we were. Okay. Okay. I've restored the video. Here we go.
I don't know about that. I don't know about nightmares. It's just everything about it. It's the dark underbelly of a major metropolitan city. It talks about real world problems, just with this fantastic backdrop of vampires.
You played villains before. Is it fun to play the bad guy?
Time in my life, honestly. Yeah, I feel like playing a villain is something that I was possibly born to do, and you can have a lot more fun. The bad guys always have better weapons, cooler vehicles. I think you can be more grandiose. Heroes are more centered. I think villains can spread their wings a little bit more, do and say crazier, wilder things. And I do think in life, everybody has encountered some type of villain, and then they remember how that made them feel. So it's like an emotional heartstring I like to tug on and get people to react.
You're now your second stint with the WWE, on top of the mountain again, alongside with your wife. I'm going to assume you all met as wrestlers?
We did, yeah. We met. Our first kiss ever is on screen. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Who initiated that?
Oh, her, of course. Yeah, and then she threw me through a table. So,
is there any other goal out there that you're still looking to achieve?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons. I think as wrestlers we get typecast. Big, stupid. I think John Cena and especially Dave Bautista have gone a long way to shatter that stereotype.
And The Rock?
Yeah, for sure. I would like to help shatter those stereotypes. I would like to take on more challenges, do different roles. I'm currently shooting a rom-com up in Calgary, so that I think will turn some heads, make people see me in a little bit of a different light. And as far as on the wrestling side of things, I'm very passionate about the business and I love it so much. But it is something that eventually has an end, so I'm doing my best to enjoy this ride while it lasts, because I know someday it'll be over.
And my son will be very sad. 11-year-old loves to see you in the wrestling ring. Phil Brooks, also known as CM Punk, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. You can watch him wrestle on WWE Monday Night Raw, only on Netflix, and Night Patrol hits theaters on January 16th.
You want to file free?
And yeah, but that's cool. That was cool. It's sad that CM Punk, we don't know when CM Punk will retire, but not seeing him on TV every week is going to be hard to get used to. But yeah, Zuto, he's going to be voicing one of the Zebra Bros and Zootopia 2, alongside Roman Reigns. I know that's going to be funny. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Hang on. Because if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the reporter said that night night patrol is in theaters right now, and it's also on Netflix. So if you've seen Night Patrol, I guess we can also talk about that another time. But yeah, I want to thank that's the end of this live stream. I want to thank everyone for coming. Make sure to like, comment if you want to, share this video it to everyone who needs to listen to this, and also subscribe to the channel and make sure you're notified whenever I go live or drop a video. Again, I want to thank y'all for spending your time with me, and with that, I'm Alexander Brandon, and I'm signing off. Until next time, love, peace, and happiness. And I hope all of you have a good weekend. Again, love, peace, and happiness. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.